give them a big shout out. Go to SodenBowl.com and check them out check them out on YouTube. I know that's probably the best Madden players around, so go out there and definitely follow them.
And season 95 AFC championship game is here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Soden Bowl broadcast. I am S. Soden, and with me tonight I have the star-studded, the Alpha Heel 7. What's up, Alpha brother?
What's up?
There he is.
Sorry, we're having a little technical difficulty.
No problem. So we have the 14-1 Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the 13-3 Baltimore Ravens. Coach Kylo Ren, hugs and kisses, versus the Lurk God 201. What do you think of this matchup, Alpha?
I love it. I really do. It pains me to say it, but these are, to me, could be two of the top four teams in the AFC. Lurk God has been a beast all year, and I mean, what can you say about Kylo? Kylo has lost one game, so to me, it's truly the two best teams in the AFC squaring off for supremacy of the AFC to represent the Soden Bowl and the Super Bowl this season.
Yeah, and both these rosters are pretty solid. Both these owners have very, very good stick skills. To me, one of the players that sticks out on the Jacksonville Jaguars would obviously have to be Telvin Coleman. He ran for over 2,000 yards with Coleman. And then Leonard Fournette, he kind of rounds out that mix with over 700 yards running. So his backup, Leonard Fournette, has more yards rushing than 40% of the league's top running backs. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, he's got a truly a two-headed beast here with Coleman and Fournette. One of the things that you really bring up a good point. Coleman almost broke the all-time rushing record. One of the things that because I personally played Lurk twice in the season and once in the playoffs. He was actually the person that took me out. But one thing I noticed about Lurk is the first couple games, or the first two games I played him, I was able to run the ball on him very well and very consistent. The third game in the playoff, I was not able to run as well as I wanted to. That was the biggest difference for me. So he has made some adjustments in his side of playing that run, and it always begins on the defensive line. The defensive line can get the pressure on the offense and get back in the backfield. You're going to see a very successful game for the Ravens. He plays a very great game when he can play good defense. But the thing is, he's going to have to stop that run and that two-headed beast that the Jags have.
Now, looking at the Jaguars' passing attack, if I was to tell you that the Jacksonville Jaguars' leading receiver would be tight end James O'Shaughnessy, who's a 75 overall, and he has approximately 600 yards receiving, I don't think that you would agree with me that the Jaguars would be 14-1, would you?
No, I wouldn't. But this year's Madden is very, it's very well known if you are a Madden player that it's built on the run, and good defense, and that's exactly Kylo's strength. So that's why he may not have the most prettiest stats and the best stats. He doesn't have to pass the ball. He's consistent with running the ball, and if you look at the stats for Foles, he actually has some of the better touchdown-interception ratio with 28 touchdowns and only 10 interceptions. So what that tells me is he's limiting the amount of turnovers in order to make his defense successful.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point, Alpha. Let's flip it over. Let's take a look at these Baltimore Ravens. Now, I know you are very familiar with the Ravens. You played them just last week in the divisional series. The Ravens, they finished the season at 13-3. With Coach Lurk God. They did win the AFC North there by a game. And Lamar Jackson put together a pretty good season. What's your thoughts on this roster?
yeah, I mean, he's got this Ravens defense playing great. If you look at the traditional Ravens in real life, they play a great offense, or I'm sorry, they play great on defense, and they play a smash mouth offense. He has been able to really utilize Lamar Jackson as a pocket passer, especially with our rules. One thing that we did discuss was for him to be able to utilize Jackson by implementing some read options, quarterback powers, draws, stuff like that to allow Jackson his mobility to really shine. Against me, he really did do that. And if you notice, he doesn't really wow you with everything, but I tell you, the one person that I'm watching on offense is Marquise Hollywood Brown, the star receiver out of Oklahoma. This guy's got 82 receptions, 1,600 yards, and 14 touchdowns. So if you did pick him up in fantasy, you're very happy about his production this season.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, the Ravens, Marquise Brown has put together a solid season with 14 touchdowns. And you look down through this roster, he's done pretty good with Andrews and Stills. Now, I remember seeing some highlights with Kenny Stills getting deep and stretching that field. So he does a good job of throwing the ball down the field. And he does a pretty good job running the ball here. He has two running backs, one with 659 yards, Bernard, and then he has Grant with 537 yards, and Lamar Jackson, his quarterback, also has 512 yards. Now, Lamar Jackson and his number one running back, Bernard, both finished the season with 7 touchdowns to lead the team in rushing touchdowns. That's crazy. I think Alpha's having a little bit of technical difficulty there, but so looking at this team here, so we have kickoff. Kickoff's in about 5 minutes here. I'm going to go ahead and throw up a quick stat here. I want to show you the team comparisons here. It's pretty cool. So we have... All right, so we have Lurk God at 13-3 versus 14-1 of the Jags, and we have the number 2 offense in Baltimore going up against the number 7 defense in Jacksonville, and then the Jaguars. Jaguars being kind of, they're very well balanced here. So they're doing a good job with keeping that balance, and they have the number 7 offense, number 7 defense. That Jaguars offense will be going against the 16th rated defense in Soden Bowl. So this is a pretty even matchup here. Both these guys are extremely good with the stick skills, so I'm very interested to see what happens here. But let me go ahead and get back to the championship banner here. So let me put that back up for you. So Coach Kylo Ren, he hosts Lurk God 201. This game will be played in Florida, so I don't think, unless it's raining, I don't think that we're going to have too many problems as far as weather's concerned. You back with me, Alpha? No, I think he's a little busy there. So currently we have the Jacksonville Jaguars on the practice field. They're going to go ahead. They're running some offensive drills here. We're still waiting for Lurk God and his Ravens to take the field. So once we do, we can go ahead and pass this thing down to the field here.
Yeah, I do apologize. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty. I probably do sound different, but I had to switch to my phone. My computer keeps having an error with Discord, so...
No, that's fine. You sound pretty good here. So I threw the stat up of the Ravens versus the Jaguars. So basically the Ravens with the number 2 offense in the league and the Jaguars with that number 7 defense. And then you flip it and you have the Jaguars with the number 7 offense going up against, I think it was the number 16 defense in Baltimore. Now, if you are the Jaguars, how are you going to attack that Baltimore defense, Alpha?
I mean, you've really got to do what you've been doing all year. If you look at some of the stat lines throughout the season against the Ravens, the one Achilles heel that he did have was stopping the run. So, I mean, you have a 2-headed monster that you've been successful with getting behind all year. there's no reason to change it up and start airing the ball out. To me, it's very simple. You rely on the running ability of Fournette and Coleman.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now that Ravens defense is pretty quick too, and they have pretty good depth out in the secondary. So they do a good job of covering the receivers. So I think I'm with you on that. If Jacksonville can just come out and run the football, just win that game in the trenches there, win that battle in the trenches at the beginning, and do a good job of running the football, then it doesn't matter what kind of depth that the Ravens have in the secondary.
That is true.
Now that Jaguars defense, I was looking at that defense pregame here, and they have a lot of weapons on defense. Seems like they have turnovers spread out across the board as far as interceptions, forced fumbles. So I think the turnovers is going to be key here. If Jacksonville can control the football and not turn the ball over and maybe force 1 or 2 turnovers from the Baltimore Ravens, I think that Kylo Ren will be representing the AFC in his 3rd straight Super Bowl.
I agree. I mean, he's got to be able to control the ball, force turnovers. If you force, if you get ahead on Lurk, you could force some bad decision making, and it could really spiral out of control for him.
Yeah. Any predictions in this one?
And the thing, look, anytime I get eliminated, I always root for the guy that beat me. I think he has a good shot at beating Kylo. I actually pick a very close game. I'm going to go 27-24 Ravens.
27-24 Ravens. Good pick. I got to take my boy Kylo Ren in this one. I had the opportunity of playing him his very first game, his very first season in Soden Bowl, and I absolutely loved it. The guy's phenomenal, great stick skills. 14-1-1. The only person that he tied, Eat More Chicken, who, by the way, is in our doubleheader game coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. We will have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Washington Redskins in what should be a good game. But Eat More Chicken, who is the Tampa Bay Bucs owner, he actually tied Kylo, so I think that would be a pretty cool matchup. I got Kylo here. I have Kylo by the tune of 24-10.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the stats and everything, I mean, it does look like it's pretty easy to see that he could really run away with it. But, everyone's got their day. Every dog's got got to lay down. I really think that Lurk can run the table.
So currently both owners are at the controller select screen here. So I'm going to go ahead and actually throw it into here right now so we can actually see the uniforms and everything as they pick them. So let me get this set up and pull that guy down. All righty. And I'm going to go ahead and maximize this. So we have Coach Lurkgod selecting his uniform. He's going to go with the white jerseys. And he is ready to go. We are just waiting on Coach Kylo here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. I mean, I was really excited about being able to call both teams or both games here tonight.
And Kylo is ready, and we are heading down to the field for season 95, the 95th season of Soden Bowl and the AFC championship game. Who will go to Super Bowl 95?
Really named Chris Dale? Did he really go with the default name Chris Dale?
I think he did.
I cannot believe that.
I think that he should be docked 7 points for this game for that.
Yeah, he should definitely be starting out at 7-0. That's funny. I can't believe that. It's like I saw that and I'm like, it's got to be a mistake. Here we go, man. We're on the field. You excited?
I am. Oh. All right, so we have the opening kickoff. It looks like the Ravens will get the ball first. And Lambo gets us underway. Thomas will receive it about 2 yards deep in the end zone. He's up to the 20, about the 23-yard line on the return.
Yeah, and now the Ravens do elect to, well, I don't know if they kick the ball first, but they are getting the ball first. So this is going to be a very, very, very important drive for Lamar Jackson and these Ravens to be able to establish himself, at least to show some dominance, even if they end up with 3 points or being able to get to midfield. Going 3 and out is definitely not what you want to do here if you are the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you big time on that one. Just checking the feed here, making sure that we are good, and we are. So 1st down and 10. Ball actually on the 22-yard line. I was a yard off there, so my apologies. Baltimore will come out single back formation. And he's going to give the ball to Ingram up the middle, and a good little gain there. Gain of 6, so 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, and if you're the Ravens, you got to be happy. They came out in, I think, a 4-6 on defense, and he was able to get 6 yards on that, and it didn't even look like he did a great job of running the ball there. So if this offensive line can play like that every single down, we're going to have a really good ball game.
And your X factors are on the left there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jalen Ramsey and Calais Campbell, shutdown and unstoppable force.
It's going to be very interesting to see if he has Jalen Ramsey shadowing Hollywood Brown all game. It doesn't look like it from this setup, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So Jackson back in the gun here. He's going to go ahead and give the ball to Bernard up the middle, and he's close to a 1st down. We have an injury on the field. Bernard is shaken up. That is a big injury for the Baltimore Ravens. We have a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, and if you look at it very closely there, it looked like Bernard almost overran that the blocking there. He should have went in between the guard and the tackle, but he ran into the tackle. Or else he would have had that 1st down.
And they give to the fullback up the middle, and he's going to be short. They got up to the line, and they snapped that ball really quick, trying to limit the defense's ability to adjust, and they came up short. We have a 4th and 1.
Yeah, great job by Kylo of seeing that, took his safety down and stopped it right in his track. He did make the user tackle on that. Good job by Kylo Wren.
And Westbrook receives the punt, makes a couple moves to the outside, and a nice little return. Gets the ball out to the 29-yard line. Good job avoiding being pinned down inside their 20.
Yeah, they're definitely great return. Bad tackling. If you're the Ravens, you do not want to just dive all over the field, especially against Kylo. Kylo's too good of a user to be doing that against.
So 1st down and 10, the Jacksonville Jaguars on their opening drive. They're going to come out single back, tight formation. They're going to give the ball up the middle to Coleman, and he too gets a nice little gain on 1st down, a gain of 6.
Yeah, just like we talked about, they are going to establish this run. They are not making any bones about it. You are going to have to stop their running game if you want to slow down this offense.
2nd down and 4 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Opening drive for the Jaguars. AFC Championship game. Foles comes under center. He's going to go ahead and looks like a counter to Fournette. And he's got a lane to run and a big gain. Gain of 11 for Leonard Fournette. 1st down, ball up to the 46-yard line.
One of the things I love about the way Kylo Wren, he's very patient as a runner. He doesn't outrun his blocks, and he doesn't get scatterbrained when he is running. He's very patient, methodical.
He pulls that pass down on the RPO, gets the ball out to D.D. Westbrook on that one. Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ball up to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about the way that Kylo plays, he loves these RPOs. You will see him using them throughout the game.
My apologies. That was not Westbrook on that one. Foles comes into the I formation, I tight. Play action. He's going to chuck it deep down the sideline to Westbrook this time, who makes the reception.
No, he did not make the reception. He was out of bounds. But this was a great play for the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you looked at Lurk went right in on that running back, which gave him enough time to throw that ball. Any other situation, this is a 1st down.
I'm wondering if they should challenge this pass here. It looked like he came down in bounds, but they're not. Single back
And
formation.
this Madden is very hard to determine whether it's a first down or not. Usually the computer will do it for you.
And he throws it over the middle, complete to Swaim on that play. First down, Jaguars. Wide open on that one. Gain of 16.
Yeah, they sent the house. They were ready for that run. He is going to make Foles beat them, and it looks like that's what they're ready for right now.
Telvin Coleman runs off tackle right. Nice little gain. Gain of 6 on the play. Second down and 4. Ball up to the Baltimore Raven 28-yard line.
And that's what you want to see if you are the Jaguars. You want to see Tevin Coleman completely pick up yardage a little at a time. Put yourself in a second and short, third and short situations. That's where they are great at succeeding.
And there's the give to the outside to Coleman. He gets the corner and makes a move, and he will get the first down. Nice run by Telvin Coleman.
And that's the type of run I'm talking about. You won't see a highlight like this on SportsCenter, but if you watch this again, he is very patient and methodical, and he lets his block set up. That's why he is such a dominant runner.
Foles back to pass. He connects on the quick slant, and he gets down on the play there. He was going to take a shot from the linebacker, but nice job throwing a low pass, going down to get it, and living to play another down. That's Marcus Leeds.
Yeah, and he is being very quick about passing. He knows that the aggressive Ravens are coming after him, so he's got to get the ball out quick.
And then Leonard Fournette gets stuffed on the play. We have a third down and 1, no gain.
Yeah, they brought the zero blitz on this one, and a great job by the Ravens getting past the offensive line there to stop him in the backfield.
So ball on the 13-yard line here. Third down and 1. Foles comes out in the gun. And he's play action. All day to throw. He throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Great play there. If you looked at the outside receiver came over on the drag, which opened up the slot receiver to go over on top of him. If you look at the linebacker, he did bite on that drag, which allowed him to throw over top of him. Great play by the Jaguars, and that's the type of drive that you want to see if you are Jacksonville's fans.
And Thomas will take this out. He only gets the ball up to the 20-yard line. That was a 10-play drive consuming 4 minutes and 42 seconds as the Jacksonville Jaguars lead 7-0 in Soden Bowl Season 95 AFC Championship game sponsored by Best Buy and Allied Plumbing and Heat. Jackson back to throw, and he's going to throw this thing away.
If you are Lurk right now, you cannot get scattered here. You cannot panic. I know he has done this in the past, but you're only down 7-0. Be methodical about this. Run the ball. You're going to have to get chunks of yards. You can't get them all at once. And I know Lurk has had a bad rap of doing that. And I know that Jacksonville, Kylo knows this.
Jackson back to pass here, out of the gun. He's going to launch this thing deep down the sideline and intercepted.
This is exactly what I was talking about. If you look, he had the drag wide open going over the middle. He could at least picked up 6 or 7 yards on that, and he tried to go for the home run. That's not what you want to see if you're a Ravens fan.
And the Jaguars will come out. They'll give that ball to Coleman, who gets tackled for a loss on the play.
If he does not settle down and stop panicking, he's going to lose this game. It's very apparent that it seems like he's a little bit rattled right now. This defense is going to have to step up if they have any shot at winning this game.
Second down and 14. Foles in the gun. Trips left. He's going to give the ball to Coleman. Off tackle. Nice little hole. And Coleman's already has 23 yards on 5 carries. Third down and 5.
Like I said, if you see this, he's not even using the turbo. He's so smart, methodical. He watches for his blocks a set, and he watches for the hole, and he burst out of that. That was such a great 5-yard carry there.
Foles back in the gun. Coleman flanked to his right.
Under 10, 13. Check 13.
And Foles will drop back to pass on third down. All day to throw. Throwing to the sideline, and O'Shaughnessy comes down with the reception. First down, Jacksonville Jaguars, ball up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, beautiful pass. He knew that was a Tampa 2, which that cloud flat does not cover the deep outside. So that was a beautiful pass play there.
And we have an RPO out to the left. Fournette down the sideline. Ball up to the 16-yard line. Foles already 85 yards passing, and we're still in the first quarter.
Yeah, I have no idea what the corner was doing on there. If you look at the outside corner, he bit on the run and almost gave up a touchdown on that play.
And Foles is going to flare it back out to the outside, this time to Coleman, who makes a diving catch out of bounds for no gain.
I've noticed that he has been zero blitzing a lot here. He's going to have to be very careful. That pass could have easily went to the house if he would have threw that a little bit earlier. Lurk's going to have to be very patient and not get super aggressive here on defense.
And we are into the second quarter as Foles will drop back to pass out of the gun, throw in down to the 1-yard line, and the ball is knocked out at the last second.
Yet again, that cover two, Kylo is able to have the routes that will beat that cover two. Does a great job of picking that up. Almost gets down first and goal there.
Foles back in the gun. No running back in the backfield here. Empty formation. He will drop back to pass. He's going to throw for the sideline. And he comes down with the reception. A contested catch there, but he gets the first down. First and goal.
Yeah, beautiful play by the Jaguars there. Again, I think he's probably set everything up to play the wide receiver or play the ball. So he's being very aggressive with everything. You've really just got to be able to get a stop here. Now you are down 14-0. You have to answer on offense, and it doesn't mean by going for home runs. You've got to be methodical about this. There's plenty of time in this game.
And that is a 3-yard touchdown run by Leonard Fournette as the Jacksonville Jaguars open up a 14-0 lead here in the second quarter. Looks like Baltimore's going to take over on the 25-yard line. 7 minutes and 25 seconds left in the first half here. If you are the Baltimore Ravens, you need to string some plays together here. You can't go
You
3
do.
out.
It's not about getting, 30 yards. It's not about getting 40 yards or a touchdown. It's about picking your shots and being methodical about it. You're going to have to pick up chunks of yardage. That's where the difference has been in this game thus far.
And Bernard actually gets hit in the backfield here, but he's able to kind of shift his weight and just kind of propel back through the hole there for a gain of 5.
Yeah, there's a difference in the running there. I do like that run, though. Now you have a 2nd-5 situation. Very able to pick that up there. Nice pass by Lamar, but Ramsey breaks that up.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey is a playmaker out there on defense. That pass was open and probably should have been completed, but Jalen Ramsey makes his presence known. So 3rd down and 5, Jackson back in the gun here. Huge 3rd down for the Ravens.
Absolutely.
And he's going to flare it to the outside to the tight end, and it is close. I think they're going to give it to him.
That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to go deep on this. That's if you go deep on every pass, that's exactly you're going right into his web. That's that he's gonna roll you up and eat you.
So ball up to the 35-yard line. Jackson back in the gun. He's gonna give it to Bernard off tackle. A nice little run there.
I love it. You're picking up yardage, here and there. You're putting yourself into better situations than 3rd and long or throwing an interception. I love what I'm seeing right now.
2nd down and 6. Jackson back in the gun. 2 running backs in the backfield. He will drop back to throw. He's going to flare it out to Bernard, and he gets absolutely leveled.
Yeah, you're going to have to make him commit to the to the running back in the drag routes and stuff, and he's doing a good job of that. Pick your spot. You'll have a spot in this game where you can throw it deep to Hollywood.
And Jackson will drop back to pass on 3rd down. Gets the ball out to Andrews, and a 1st down.
Again, look at the defense that they're playing right now. They are not covering, underneath, and that's exactly what Lamar Jackson has been able to expose of this Jaguars defense.
So ball around midfield here. 1st down for the Baltimore Ravens. Jackson's going to come out in the gun. He's going to drop back to pass again. He's going to throw to the outside, Jalen Ramsey territory, and it is swatted away.
If I am Lamar Jackson, I'm trying to get receivers away from Lamar or to Ramsey. Ramsey is going to shut down this entire offense. You cannot test this guy. Get the receivers on the other side of the field and play.
And Jalen Ramsey has just enabled his X factor, so keep an eye on that. Jackson back in the gun here. 2nd down and 10, ball around midfield. He's going to give the ball. It's a play action, and he checks down. Nice little throw there.
I love it. I love it. He does a good job. In that situation, it did look like he was going to run the ball. So great play action there by Ravens. And if you look, Kylo did bite on that a little bit. Probably gave him a little bit more time to make that throw.
And the Jaguars are showing blitz here. 3rd down and 7. Jackson back in the gun. He's going to drop back to pass. Just gets the ball away, and they're going to come up short. Andrews about 2 yards short.
They are going to come up short. I don't know why. I knew he had to get rid of that because of the blitz coming, but that was, he knew he wasn't going to get the first down there. At this point, you got to think about going for it. You need some points in this situation. You have not been able to slow down this Jaguars offense.
We have a 4th down and 3. Ball on the Jaguars' 47-yard line. Jackson's going to come out in the gun. Trying to draw the defense offside. They do snap the football. Jackson back to throw. And he's throwing over the middle, and it's complete.
If you look at the Jaguars, they had the flat there covered. They were looking for that. They were looking for those underneath passes, and he was able to expose the second level of that defense. Great pass there by Lamar Jackson. I want to see more of that.
1st down and 10. Ball up to the 29-yard line. Jackson again in the shotgun here. Tight formation. And he's going to give the ball to Ingram. And he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage there. I'm going to say maybe a gain of 1 on that play.
This is what we're talking about, though. Completely overrunning your blocking. He actually probably could went up the middle and got a little bit more out of that. You've got to watch that. You've got to be able to take some chunks of yardage off with the running game.
Jackson back in the gun here. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the half. 2nd down and 9. And he's play action, and he's going to get sacked. Sack on the play. Bryant on the sack.
Yeah, and that was usered by Kylo. Kylo is one of the only users in this league that likes to use his D-line. If you looked at that, he went right through that center like a hot knife through butter. That was a great play by the Jaguars defense.
Jackson back in the gun. He dumps it down to Andrews. He's going to get some of the yards back there. Not enough. We have a 4th down and 13.
Yeah, but I like it. At least
you're
you're getting a little bit more yardage out of that, and you're going to be able to put some points on the board. Any points is better than no points. So I know it's not the touchdown they wanted, but at least you're going to have some morale with that 3 points as long as they can make this field goal.
Tucker attempting a 44-yard field goal, and the kick is up, and it is good. And the Baltimore Ravens are on the board with 1:56 left here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, if you are the Ravens, you have to be happy about that. I mean, you can't be excited about not getting a touchdown, but you did drive down the ball successfully. That's what you have to do, slow down the pace of this game. Now it's time to stop the Jaguars. You have to stop them on this drive.
Jacksonville leading 14-3 here with about 2 minutes left in the first half. They're going to give the ball to Coleman out of the gun, and no gain on the play.
Yeah, great job by the Ravens picking that up. They came out in a nickel. Usually nickel doesn't stop the run really well, but I know Lurk is getting better at stopping this run game.
Foles coming back out in the gun here, minute 34. Both teams with all their timeouts. Foles now in the empty set. He's going to drop back to throw, and he throws the slant over the middle for a 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason, the Ravens came out cover 4 palms. He hasn't been really going deep this game. I would have probably came out with a cover 2 or cover 3 on that.
Marcus Lee with his 4th reception of the game. Foles back to throw. He's going to go deep. He's got O'Shaughnessy wide open, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
The hesitation by Lurk on that play completely disrupted that play and opened up that middle seam there. There was nobody behind him. The safeties, they did a zero blitz on that, so the safeties were not there to cover him. Just a slight second delay created that touchdown.
And that is the second longest play for the Jacksonville Jaguars in their passing game all season. 66-yard touchdown to O'Shaughnessy. 21-3, Jacksonville.
I like what I'm seeing. They are just, at this point, Kylo is just completely outplaying Lurk at this point.
All right, Baltimore, he pulls the ball down and runs with Jackson on that one. Jackson takes a pretty good shot from Calais Campbell on the play.
I mean, I like the play. I like the play call. You've got to get Jackson and get his legs involved here. Just wasn't successful there.
Jackson back to throw out of the gun. He's going to heave this ball deep. Ramsey in the area. Ramsey with a diving interception. X Factor enabled, and he makes the play, and the Jacksonville Jaguars will take over. Ball on the 20-yard line.
I have no idea why he did that. He had Hollywood Brown covered by Ramsey. You should have been looking elsewhere. Ramsey has the speed to keep up with him. You have to go away from him.
And Nick Foles is going to take a sack on the play.
If I am the Baltimore Ravens, I'm calling a timeout here, which is what they just did. You want to try to get this ball back. You have to answer in some sort of positive manner.
41 seconds. Ball on the 12-yard line. Foles under center here. He's going to go ahead. He pulls it down. RPO. He's wide open. Westbrook up the middle, and he is off to the races. 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Jaguars.
I am not sure what type, they keep sending these zero blitzes. You've got to be able to rely on your defensive line to get some pressure and keep people back. He knows what you're doing, and he's exposing that.
And that is the longest pass play of the season for the Jaguars. 88 yards, pitch and catch.
Yeah, well, I have to tell you, I'm pulling my prediction from earlier.
well, mine's already kind of failed here. I predicted a 24-10. It's already 28-3.
Yeah, I get it.
Lamar Jackson, he's going to come back out of the gun here. He's got about 30 seconds to work the clock. Throws at Jalen Ramsey. He completes the ball to Stills. Down the sideline. Nice gain. Ball up to the 48-yard line.
He is just determined to get a pass on Jalen Ramsey. I do like that, though. Jalen was a little bit too aggressive on that, and that's why they were able to pick that yardage up.
24 seconds left in the first half. Ball around midfield. Jackson's going to drop back to throw on first down here. All day to throw. And he's going to heave this thing to the end zone. He's got Brown. Touchdown, Ravens.
He saw the opening in that defense and was able to open up Hollywood Brown. I love it. He went over top. There was nobody playing that deep left side, and that's where he was going with that. I love that play call.
And the kick is up, and it is good. 2 plays, 75 yards, and the Ravens get themselves back in the game with 16 seconds left until half.
Well, that's exactly what they needed, because if they didn't score a touchdown, I would probably say everything's looking bleak here. If you are the Ravens, if you're listening to me, defensive coordinator, do not call zero blitz. Be methodical about this. Play it a little bit safe.
Foles going to go under center here. They're going to give the ball to Coleman up the middle. Nice little gain here. I think he's going to try to take it to halftime, and he will. The Jacksonville Jaguars up 28-10 to close out the first half of Season 95's AFC Championship game, sponsored by Best Buy and Allied Plumbing and Heat.
I have to say this. I got a little bit excited about that pass because I did not see him open. That was great vision by Lurk on that pass play.
Yeah, that was a great read.
I was looking at everybody coming over the middle. I'm like, there's nobody open. What are you going to do? And I saw that pass. I'm like, oh, my gosh, he's wide open.
Yeah, and what an arm to get that thing downfield and not let that defense get back under the ball. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to take over here to start out the third quarter. Ball on the 25-yard line. Foles is going to go under center. He's going to give the ball to Coleman up the middle, and a nice run.
Yeah, and I know.
2nd down and 2 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Gain of 8 on the play. Looks like the Ravens are pinching the line here. Foles back under center again. Coleman in the backfield. Man in motion. And Foles is going to give the ball to Coleman, and he is tackled at the line.
Michael Pierce, what a job of getting past the right guard on that to stop that run. That if he didn't stop that run, that may have been a touchdown. He was the only one in the path to stop that. Great job by the Ravens.
3rd down and 2. Foles back under center here. Coleman in the backfield. Lee in motion. And he's going to drop back to throw, and he gets sacked.
I love the play call. We are talking about this. You do not have to do zero blitz every play. You rely on your pass rushers to get some momentum for you. This is exactly what the Ravens needed.
And that was a nice punt, but a good return to get it back out of your own territory. Ball up to the 21-yard line. The Ravens take over here. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. They need to put together some kind of a drive here and get right back into this game.
Yeah, I love that decision to take that punt, because if you do step away from that punt, you really risk for that ball to stop at the 1 or 2 yard line. So, yeah, while you're not up at the 25-yard line, like you said, you're out of your own end zone.
Yeah, Jackson back in the gun here. Both running backs beside him here. He's going to give the ball. It's a fake. And he checks it down to Brown, who is wide open. He drops the ball. Ball on the ground. The Jaguars pick it up. A.J. Boye on the strip and recovery.
This year's Madden, you have to time that strip button just precisely. And that's one of the reasons why Kylo has been so successful, is he knows how to get those fumbles, and he shows it right there.
And Foles gives the ball to Coleman on that one, and he is blown up in the backfield, loss of 1.
And it looks like the Ravens are on tilt right now. And if you don't know what that means, go look up poker terms. It means when you have a bad hand, you get really aggressive, and that's exactly what they did.
Oh, and O'Shaughnessy comes down with the ball, takes a shot to the mouth on the play, but we have a flag on the field. That's going to go against the Jaguars. That's going to back them up. 2nd down and 21, ball on the 41-yard line.
And that's huge. I mean, that could potentially knock them out of field goal range, where, they look like they're going to get at least an easy 3 out of this. That's a huge call right there. Huge penalty if you are the Jaguars.
Foles is going to go back in the gun here. Coleman in the backfield with him. He's going to drop back to pass. He checks it down. Ball batted up in the air and almost intercepted.
Yeah, that play, if you looked at it, it was blown up from the get-go. That did not look good at all. Good job by the Ravens to sniff that out. So it is 3rd and 21. What do you do if you are the Ravens?
If I'm the Ravens, I am looking for a run here. I think the Jaguars want to get in field goal range, and they do. They draw up the middle. Nice little gain, and that's going to give them a shot at a field goal here. Telvin Coleman on the run. Ball up to the 33-yard line. 50-yard field goal attempt.
I got to say, that's why he's only lost 1 game out of the year, because of stuff like that. He is smart enough and extensively knowing all he needs is a couple more yards, be able to get in field goal range to be able to get that 3 points, and that's exactly what he did.
And he drills the field goal, and the Jaguars extend their lead to 31-10 with about 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Ravens.
If you're the Ravens, you've still got to play that. You're down 21, but there's plenty of time left. You really got to play methodically and not go for that Hail Mary. If I'm the Ravens, I'm still going to play my game. I'm not in panic mode yet.
In Jacksonville, kind of in a prevent-style defense here, Jackson will drop back to throw, and he's got Brown underneath. He makes a move, and he gets the ball up near midfield here. Nice little move by Brown.
One thing I have noticed is that the Jaguars have not put Ramsey on Brown on every play. So that's going to be very interesting. Stuff like that. You need to get your ball into your hands of your playmakers. I do like the call there.
Ball on the 41-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens. Jackson back in the gun. Empty formation. Jaguars flip the field here on defense, moving their corners around. Jackson will drop back to throw. And he's going to heave this thing deep. Double coverage and intercepted.
I do not like it at all. He had the slant route. I know that's defensive interference, but he had the slant route wide open. He is trying to go for the home run on every play. Cannot do that. But he was bailed out by that defensive penalty call.
Yeah, Telvin Smith, who made the interception, apparently also made contact with that tight end going down the field. So 1st down, the RPO out to the side. Snead catches the ball, and he's going to get about 4 or 5 yards on this play, 6 yards to be exact. Ball up to the 13-yard.
If I'm the Ravens right now, Soden, I'm going to throw a quick slant. I'm going to see if they're going to bring that blitz and see if you can get the inside of the cornerback and see if you can get a touchdown here. They have been playing pretty soft right now, but here in the red zone, Kylo has been known to play kind of aggressive. So I would run a slant on this situation.
And Jackson's going to give the ball to Ingram up the middle, and nothing doing on the play. Maybe a gain of 1 on that one. 3rd down and 3.
I do like the call, though. You know, you want to pick up that first down. He just did not follow his blockers enough. I don't know if he's holding the turbo button as soon as he hikes the ball, but yeah, you've got to be able to let those blockers develop.
And Jackson's going to keep the ball himself, and he fumbles. Ball on the ground. And Allen scoops it up, and he is off to the races. Ball on the 30, 20, 10, and he will score someday.
Allen looks like he's running with like he's carrying like a massive shit. Like he looks like he's carrying a massive shit in his pants.
Or he has the Porta-John on his back. One of the two things is happening on that one, but it took him forever. I would hate to see his 40-yard time
I gotta
on that
say,
one.
man, that is I love the way that Lurk's playing, man. Like that, I would have ran the same thing. It's not his game, man. I mean, it just really isn't. I mean, obviously, Kylo's playing really good, but it's like he can't get out from underneath himself, you know?
And Jacksonville will extend their lead 38-10 here. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. The Ravens come out in the gun. Lamar Jackson, empty set. And he's going to drop back to throw here. And he's going to take a sack, a shot.
And this is what cracks me up, man. 3-man rushes get better pressure than 4-man rushes. EA, if you're watching this, fix this crap. I mean, I get it, but come on.
Jackson will drop back in the gun here. He's going to step up, and he tried to run, but gets taken down. Calais Campbell on the sack.
Yeah, great play by the Jags. I mean, they sent the house to the right side, but Calais Campbell being on the left side throws the left tackle off and being able to make that tackle before he's able to pick up positive yardage on that one.
And Jackson's going to take off with the ball again. He picks up a block, and he's going to get the first down, and he is down the sidelines. And wisely gets out of bounds.
Yeah, so, I mean, Jackson finally is able to utilize his legs in this game for a positive manner here. So I like the call, but it looked like he did run a little bit too quickly there.
Jackson's going to check off here to Bernard. Nice move on the play and a gain of 5. Second down and 5.
Eat More Chicken is mentioned in the chat. Jags defense tough. They are not only are they very tough on the game as far as like ratings go, but I mean Kylo is one of the best defensive players in this game.
And if you don't already know, Kylo has his own show on the SBN network, Force Fumble, where he goes in and breaks down different owners' game tapes. So he has the knowledge
he
to
does.
play defense.
Absolutely. So. He knows you have to have defensive knowledge in order to be successful like he has been.
Jackson's going to throw the ball in. The linebacker was
the linebacker.
He never saw the pass.
That interception, but good job by Lamar Jackson on just giving it just enough lift there in order to get it over the linebacker's head.
Jackson back to throw. And he's got a man wide open. Brown with the catch. And he's down to the goal line there. I thought he was going to get in, but he doesn't.
That's what I'm talking about. He's been having these crossers wide open, and he hasn't been going to them. That's exactly what I'm looking for if I'm the Ravens.
First and goal, ball on the 1-yard line, and the give to the fullback, and he loses yards on the play.
Great job, Jacksonville Jaguars. The defensive line and the linebackers are fantastic on this game, and he was able to push through that offensive line and push him back. They are winning the war in the trenches, and it's really important for them as well going forward because they do have a tough matchup if they do win this game, obviously.
Second down and goal, pitch out. Bernard looking for the end zone, and he is beat to the edge and hit for a loss.
Well, I do like the play call because, you did not have success going right up the gut. But, I mean, it's really hard in this situation. Kylo is just such a good user, and he does not over-pursue these runs. So it's almost like you pick your poison. You flip the coin. How do I score here?
Third down and goal, ball on the 3-yard line. Jackson, empty set. And he tries to scramble, and he's going to lose another yard here. So 3 plays,
I got to say, I knew exactly what he was running, and so did Kylo.
Yeah, that was a tough call. 4th down and goal here. They almost have to go for it. Jackson back in the gun. He's going to drop back to throw. He does have time, but he takes the sack. That is a coverage sack. And the Jacksonville Jaguars will take over on the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Josh Allen has been such a phenomenal force. It's going to be hard for whatever NFC team wins to stop this defense. And not just Josh Allen, but Josh Allen and he falls down there. Josh Allen and Calais Campbell.
Now, that is some class right there from the Jacksonville Jaguars. They could have taken that to the house, but he instead elects to just fall down and consume the clock
and I
here.
wonder if he did that because because of the rule of running up the middle, and he kind of kicked it out to the outside. I didn't really watch that run that well, but I wonder if that's why he did that.
Well, it was off tackle. It looked like it was still by design. So that last drive, that goal line defense by the Jacksonville Jaguars, 4 plays, minus 16 yards.
Well, I can tell you that I used the Jaguars last year in Soden Bowl. Their defense is just phenomenal, man. If you can build up their offense a little bit, you have got a Super Bowl contending team.
And that's exactly what we have here. We have a 38-10 lead for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kylo Ren is attempting to go to his 4th straight Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's been really hard, especially stopping this. Yeah, he falls down, but stopping this offense. I mean, it just seems like Kylo has done such a great job of game planning. I mean, you got really 2 good users in this game. He has just completely outplayed him. He's outthought him and everything. I mean, it's beauty to watch,
And Leonard Fournette will put his head down there and get the yard, so that will move the chains. Ball up to the 48-yard line. Clock running about 5 minutes and 20 seconds left here as Foles will come in under center.
Well, the problem is that when you play against somebody like Kylo, you really cannot make mistakes. And the fumble with Lamar Jackson, the fumble, the strip fumble earlier, these are not things you can do against a guy like this. He will just eat you alive. You almost have to play, spot for spot. This is a complete chess match, and he is just dominated from, beginning to end.
And he strips the ball. The Ravens pick it up, and that is a turnover. Pierce on the recovery.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he did to him earlier. Lurk is really good at doing that. I'm surprised he has not been trying to strip the ball earlier. Maybe he has, and he's just not successful. But that has been a great run, or a great strip sack a fumble by Lurk.
And a gain of 9 on the play there for the Ravens. They elect to run the ball. 2nd down and 1, ball up to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, and I think he knows it's over. He probably wants to score maybe once or twice again to make this score not look as bad as it was.
A nice carry there by Ingram off the edge there. 1st down, ball up to the 42-yard line. 3 minutes and, about 3 minutes even now. Jackson under center.
And I do understand that Jacksonville is playing a little bit more of a soft coverage defense here. But this is what he should have been doing earlier, man. Like, get Hollywood Brown an open space. This is your best wide receiver. He's probably got one of the fastest speed and acceleration in the game. In my opinion, he should have been doing this sooner.
Yeah, Brown's spinning like a top on that play. Gain of 15.
He's
Pitch
such
out to
a good player
Ingram,
on this.
and he's going to lose yardage on the play.
And that's what I talk about with Kylo, man. Look at him user jack and stop. Like he gets right there to the edge where he needs to and stops that run. Because if he's not there, it's likely a touchdown.
And we are at the 2-minute warning. So tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time, our doubleheader, second game of our doubleheader will feature the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the 10-5-1. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they will travel to Washington to take on the 14-2 Washington Redskins in the NFC Championship game, sponsored by Best Buy and Allied Plumbing and Heat.
I'm excited to watch that game. These are the 2 top seeds both sides was the top 2 seeds. But these two guys are really good. And one thing that you and I talked about off camera earlier was that the Buccaneers, and we'll talk about this before the game, but they have Devin White, who has he's got the wheel. His speed and acceleration is so fast for a linebacker. And on the other side, did you say that number one pick has a safety that has like 90-some speed?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Atapi, I think, is his name. But, yeah, he also has 10 interceptions on the season. So the guy can fly and he can make plays.
Yeah.
So they elect for the field goal there. So a 38-13 score here, a minute 15 left. I don't see anybody taking timeouts here. A couple kneel downs, and we should be out of this game. Who do you have for an MVP on this one, Alpha?
Man, it's really tough because, on both sides of the ball, they played well. But I'll be honest with you, it's Ramsey. Ramsey played this game absolutely locked down. That's exactly why they're paying this guy. If you watch some of the plays that he made, not even just the interception that he had, but even just the ones where he knocked down the ball and he played that like lockdown defender position, he's got to be my player of the game. What about you?
The guy that really surprised me in this game, besides Jalen Ramsey, is Marquise Lee. Lee had a very quiet but good game. A lot of good receptions there for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, Marquise Lee played really well. I do like watching him. I love watching him play, and he's not really that high of a rated receiver, and he played really well this game.
So there we go. We have a final. And the Jacksonville Jaguars head to Super Bowl 95 as they await the winner of the Washington Redskins and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting matchup. I think it was a better game than what it was. Jacksonville he took away the momentum from the Ravens, and look at that, 4 takeaways to 1. That was really the difference in the game for me.
Yeah, anytime you turn the ball over 4 times on the road in the playoffs, you're not looking good there. So I'm kind of interested to see the stats here. I want to see how Marquise Lee did. I felt like he was pretty close to 100 yards on this one. Now, I know his running backs, the Jaguars' running backs, do a good job. But to me, I felt like Marquise Lee made some really critical plays early in the game. And there it is. Nick Foles with a perfect passer rating. 158.3, 259 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
And it's all, contributed to this running game. If you look, they didn't even run over 100 yards, but he was able to really methodically pick apart this Ravens defense.
And D.D. Westbrook, 2 catches, 100 yards there. I didn't see it. He kind of went a little too fast on that one, but Westbrook went over 100 yards receiving, but he had that long catch there. So that is our final. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they win 38-13. Take a look at a couple highlights here. And there's your 88-yard touchdown. This right here is the longest play of the season from the passing game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it comes in the AFC Championship.
Well, and this is what we talked about, Soden. This is what we talked about. The Lurk is a very aggressive user, and he actually used it against him. He knew that slant would be open, and there was nobody over top to help out that cornerback.
Yeah, and this play right here, throwing deep on Jalen Ramsey. Now, he does have the edge, but Ramsey just goes up and gets that ball. Jackson just couldn't throw it far enough. Ramsey with a nice interception. And that is it. That is our final. I'm going to go ahead and bring it back to the original image here, so bear with me. All right, and we have that back up. So now we have the Jacksonville Jaguars who advance, and they will await the winner of the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That should be a very good game.
Only 2 hours away, people. So if you are watching us right now, make sure to check back with us at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's exactly when the game will start.
Yeah, so anything in closing here, Alpha? Congratulations to the
No,
Jaguars and good season for the Baltimore Ravens.
I mean, Lord God, man, I get it, man. He had some bad breaks. But man, I'm telling you, man, Kylo, you have to play almost like perfect against this guy. You cannot have as many mistakes as he had against him. He's just such a good user, and he knows football, which allows him to utilize his knowledge of football and his using stick skills to be able to be such a powerhouse in Soden Bowl.
So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in. We'll post that. We'll post that link to YouTube on social media or in our chat. I am S Soden. That is the Alpha Heel 7. We are out of here. Later, guys.
Later.